Welcome, everybody, to Drive Through Sports with Adam and Paul. Adam Freeman here from Atlanta, Georgia. Paul Brees is in Brentwood, Tennessee on this Labor Day 2020. And there was not a whole lot of laboring getting done for my day. I know you said your day is changed in the last hour. I didn't do a whole lot of laboring this whole weekend. In fact, I did something for the first time I think I've maybe ever done since I've been married, and that was I paid somebody to cut my grass. That's how bad. Because listen, and in my defense, okay, because I've always, I mean, you know me growing up. I mean, I cut grass all the summers, and that's how I made money, and I actually really do enjoy yard work. But at 48, when it's 95 degrees outside, and I just knew I wasn't going to have time with we were helping Leslie's sister-in-law move on Saturday. So I knew I wouldn't be able to do it on Saturday, and Friday I had the game. And so it was great. I came home Friday night. I got home about 11 o'clock, and I pull into the driveway, and as my headlights hit the yard, it was perfect. Like, it was all edged. It had all been blown off. It had been bagged. And I mean, it only cost me. Kid across the street did it. He said he charged me $30, but I gave him $40 because he did such a great job. He cut it diagonal, Paul.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah.
Striped it.
Oh,
stripes.
Yes. That got him an extra $10. Yeah, it looked good, man. I'm telling you, it looked really good. So, anyway, that's how my weekend started, and it's been pretty good so far. I say it's been pretty good. It didn't start great because it actually started with our first football game Friday night. You guys had already played one game, and
we were on week 3.
Y'all were already on week 3.
Yeah.
And we opened up at home, championship rematch against the Altoona Buccaneers, who we played in the state title game 8 months ago. Beat them 20-7, and we jumped out to 10-0 lead, and then all of a sudden, wheels came off, man. They scored 27 unanswered on us, all in the second half. We had 0 first downs in the second half. I think we ran 3 plays in the third quarter offensively. We had 30 yards of rushing total, and we had 109 yards passing, and 73 of that came on one play. So the good news is, however, because of the limited number of fans allowed to be in the stadium to watch the game, we had, between the downloads and the listens, we had over 500 interactions, and we had 457 live listens on the broadcast and another 55 downloads. So that was a good thing. That was one of the only light there on a Friday night. So how did your crew handle Friday night? How was that game?
Blowout.
Blowout. Yeah.
You got to start making up stuff. Got to entertain the crowd some way, right? So,
yeah.
It was okay.
Yeah. Well, did you end up having a running clock there?
You know what? The two coaches know each other really well. They used to be on the same staff a long time ago. So it was one of those where, you got to 28-0, they'd let them score, and then they come and score back, 35-7. So I never got that running clock just because, they played they brought in the second string crew pretty quick in the second half. So
okay, so basically they set it up. Now I don't know. See, I don't know. Look, man, you play the game. I don't know if that's. I don't know. You play your best, but I mean, just keeping it close so you can not have a running clock.
Again, it would be like me and you coaching against each other.
Yeah.
And you going, hey, my kids are not very good. And I go, okay, I got you. So we get up just enough to be comfortable, and then we start rotating people in. You guys made a little run. We'd throw the big dogs back out there, just to keep it, just a little bit outside of your reach, but yet friendly,
Yeah.
and everybody
Yeah.
gets a shot.
I guess that's true. And plus, you get and by stopping the clock, you get more plays, so therefore you get more younger kids in, more younger kids
Right.
get reps. But
Right.
that's
Because
all
they've
good.
changed the way that JV and freshmen have worked this year. So there used to play freshman and JV games all in the same night on like a Monday night. So they play the
Okay.
freshman game at like 5, maybe 5, and then this JV game at like 7.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're just doing 1 because of COVID. They're doing a freshman sophomore only teams now up here.
That's
So
interesting. They did here. I mean, I don't know what we haven't had a JV or freshman game yet.
Right.
I would imagine that's going to be coming either this week or the next week. But they are played on Thursday nights at 6:00. Now, it used to be they would do it like you guys. They would play like both games at say at Harrison, and we play North Cobb, and we play freshman at 5:30, JV at 7:30 on a Thursday night. And they changed that, and then it changed to, okay, instead of having 2 games, you have 1 game. It's at 6, and the freshmen are at Harrison, and the JV is at North Cobb. So it flip flop. That's how they do it now. So basically, I don't know how
here's the deal
if they're
with
going to do
that.
that now. Yeah.
I mean, when you do it that way, you really stretch thin your coaching staff. If you do it all at the same place, a lot more of your varsity coaches can get involved and see the kids. And, I know trust me, it's definitely hard at the middle school level when we have a JV contest and a varsity contest. But I mean, all your football coaches coach the varsity. Well, in JV, you get about maybe like 3 in the middle school level. So it's tough. But hey, speaking of tough, let's give a quick shout out to the BYU Cougars football squad.
Oh yeah, I'm sitting here watching it right now. They're putting it on the midshipmen.
Not only are they putting it on, but I mean, tremendous job in being proactive in the scheduling department. All their games on their original schedule were canceled.
Yeah.
Now, what did they do? They found 8 opponents to play.
Yeah.
I mean, good for them. Navy, Army, Troy, UT San Antonio, Houston, Texas State, Western Kentucky, and North Alabama. Hey, congratulations to BYU for going, we're playing a season, to now nobody's playing against us, to we scrounged up 8 games. Let's go.
Yeah, and here's another thing too. Hats off to them for scheduling Navy in the opening game. And let me tell you why. Because Navy, according to everything I'm hearing in the pregame, they haven't really tackled live yet in practice.
Right.
And it's obvious. Just telling you, it's obvious. And you're sitting here watching the same thing I'm watching. It is obvious they have not tackled live yet. They're back on their heels. They're about to be down 28-0. They got the ball on the 5 going in. So hats off to them. Not a big BYU fan, but man, if you're gonna do it, then be creative. And that's what they've done. So,
well, the reason I brought that up real quick, Adam, is because I have some past student athletes who are at UT Chattanooga, University of Tennessee Chattanooga, FBS school, and I think they play in the Southern Conference. Well, that conference waved the white flag. So UTC says, well, we'll see if we can scrounge up some opponents. They only got 1. They can only find 1 game to play. And that is our boy, Western Kentucky, Bowling Green, birthplace of this guy. So, hey, Western's not scared. Let's go. But I feel really bad for UT Chattanooga. A lot of practice for 1 game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wow.
And
man.
I think that game is scheduled like October 24th.
Oh,
so
that's brutal. So you're practicing like 2 months for 1 game.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Oh, wow. Man, oh, man. Well, you were talking about toughness. I think the toughness medal may go to that back judge at the U.S. Open for taking one in the throat off Novak Djokovic. Did you see this video?
Absolutely.
I mean, okay, so he didn't do it on purpose, but he's got to know there's people back there. He's been playing tennis his whole life. I mean, you got to
Well,
know. You got to know when you rifle one towards the back wall, there's a chance it's going to hit somebody. And
yeah,
another
the back.
thing, he's also got to know that if he hits somebody with the ball, it's an automatic DQ. He's been playing tennis long enough to know that, right? I mean,
Yeah. Listen, we're going to get off that tangent about the rules here in a second. But you're exactly right. I mean, you see it all the time in tennis. I mean, or at least you used to, because when we were growing up, Connors, McEnroe, Agassi, who was the other little guy?
Sampras,
Sampras, and was there
Courier.
is there Chen? Was there?
Oh, oh,
Oh,
yeah, Michael.
anyway, the next coming
Yeah,
was that
yeah,
kid.
yeah,
But back when we used to watch tennis, right? They'd pull it
yeah.
out of their shorts and hit him back to the back linesman right there for their next game or whatever. He may have lost the point. His shoulder may have been injured, but I don't know, man. I am just dumbfounded by that rule that he could be DQ'd like that and
And
not get any of the prize money that he was he'd already beaten, all the way. What was that? The quarterfinals? I don't know.
the quarters.
Semifinals.
Here's my thing. Can you name one other male tennis player that you would enjoy watching play?
I like Nadal. I like Federer. But other than that, the cupboard is bare in the think tank.
Exactly. You got three guys: Djokovic, Nadal, Federer. That's it. Okay, so you're going to take out one of the top draws. I mean, he was winning, and he was going to win. Okay, you could take out one of the top draws because of that. And I've heard it all. I've heard, well, he hit her in the neck. So if he hits her in the arm, are you going to let it go? I mean, that's the way they're like explaining this. So just because he got her in the throat and she went down like a sack of potatoes, now it's different.
It's like the old throat punch. Here's the funny thing. Okay, so I did a little research on it because it started to grind my gears a little bit that he got DQ'd. Okay. And so they told a story about what if this would have been Federer or Nadal, and would they have DQ'd him immediately? Apparently, Djokovic, or how do you say his last name? Djokovic.
Djokovic. Yeah.
I don't know if he's the bad boy of tennis. I don't know if he's the heel of the tennis world.
They try to portray him as that because there really isn't one. They're all a bunch of nice guys.
Yeah,
and
sure.
He's like the one guy that's a little off center. So now they try to paint this picture like he's the McEnroe, the millennial McEnroe, which nobody could be McEnroe. Listen, when McEnroe goes after him, I'm like, really, McEnroe?
Come on, yeah, back up, man. But here's the story I was trying to tell. Roger Federer, apparently he was nursing an injury. He was losing at the time, and so for him to rest his injury, he told the referee, or what's the umpire's name in the chair, he had to have a restroom break. Well, lo and behold, he goes back in the locker room for a while and comes back out raring to go. No penalty, no nothing. You're not supposed to apparently misuse the use of resting for injury or something. There's some complexity to the rules of tennis. But, they later found out that Roger Federer never used the restroom at that break, but just went back in the back hallway, back underneath the tunnel, and tried to nurse out his elbow or something like that. With all being said, as you and I both spoke about, what if Federer gotten a DQ? What if Nadal gotten a DQ? Yeah, yes, probably no. But the rules of tennis are just like the rules of golf, and they drive me nuts.
Yes. Yes.
I mean,
they're so like written in stone. There's no waiver. Here's the thing, though. If they're so unwavering, why did it take 10 minutes to toss him?
yeah,
Like, I mean, if you know, if you can't do that, then you can't do that. And if you're gonna, if it's a rule, then and you're gonna be okay, we're gonna step by then just tell him he's gone. Why give it like 10, 15 minutes of a discussion? You're going over them with him like you're trying to explain to him. All you say is like, look, dude, you can't do that. You can't hit somebody with a batted tennis ball, and you're done. I mean, there's no reason to like to bargain with him or explain.
Devil's advocate. What if the young lady, never goes down on one knee or goes down at all? What happens?
I don't think they do anything.
No, they don't do anything.
No, this is Novak Djokovic. He's like number 3 in the world. Yeah.
This young lady takes it like a champ, plays it off, doesn't want to get embarrassed.
Yeah.
She just got throat punched by a ball at 30 miles an hour. She doesn't move. She doesn't flinch. Hey, keep going.
Yeah, yeah.
This guy's probably winning the tournament.
Yeah, if she doesn't go down, it's play on, boys. It's play on. All right. Well, speaking of playing on, that guy behind you was playing on today, and really all weekend. He came in. I think he was 21 under, and then he had at 20 under, and he had 2 birdies through the first 4 holes. And then he kind of hit a stretch where he had a couple bogeys back to back there in the front at the end of the front 9, and then held on. But biggest thing for me with this one, because I mean this was right down the road from me at East Lake, down in east part of Atlanta, and $15 million, Paul. $15 million purse now.
Yeah, that's a good chunk of change, buddy.
Yeah, I mean. And he's been dominant the last month and a half. But here's my thing, and I just noticed this today because I told you I was watching it. I said, yeah, he was up by 3 strokes before I fell asleep. All right, now I fell asleep because I got lulled into this like stupor, and these guys are so good. They stripe the ball 310 yards down the middle of the fairway. Then they hit it within 20 to 25 feet, and they're disappointed with their approach shot, or they hit it within 8 feet, and they're putting for birdie. And on the long putt, they either just barely miss it, tap in for par. I mean, that's like every single hole. Like,
yeah.
I mean, so I watch it for like an hour, and I'm just like, they're so good that it's boring. Do you get that sometimes?
Yeah. Well, here's how the PGA tried to spice it up, right, for this last 30 players in this FedEx Championship. They tried to use the staggered scoring, right? They gave Dustin Johnson a head start. So Dustin Johnson actually started 10 under before the match even started.
You're talking about before round 1?
Yes. So that's how he got to 21 under. He did not score 21 under for the tournament. He scored 11
I didn't know
under.
that. Okay.
Yeah. So PGA decided, hey, you know what? This year we're going to say you got the number 1 guy's worked so hard to get to that spot. We're going to give him a starting point of 10 under. John Rahm, you're second. You're 8 under. Justin Thompson, you're
7.
third, 7 under.
Okay, right? I see. Okay.
And then it worked. Morikawa, you were 5 under. So anyway, what happens if they do not have that staggered scoring format? You know who wins the tournament?
I think it's Justin Thomas.
Xander Schauffele.
Really? Okay. What did he finish at?
He shot 15 under.
Right. He started
for the tournament, but he started at let me double check here. He started 3 under.
Oh wow.
So he only got to see what I'm saying. DJ started 7 strokes ahead of him. So Schauffele, Scotty Scheffler finished his second. Dustin Johnson finished his third. With all that being said, Dustin Johnson would have still won the FedEx Cup with $15 million, but he would not have won the tournament.
Right.
So that's,
because
That's how
the cup is
because of this.
points.
Correct.
So you could go in, if he's number one in points and he finishes third, it's kind of like NASCAR. He's probably still going to win.
Yeah, exactly. I think PGA took their playbook right there from NASCAR when all things were said and done. I mean, here's the funny thing, okay? So as you may or may not know, I coach middle school golf. Listen, I have some pretty good golfers. I would say out of the 6 guys on my team, 3 of them can beat me. Okay.
Oh wow.
So I'm pretty good. But my number 1 guy, who can shoot about 3 or 4 under every time we roll out there, he said to me, Coach, this week the scoring will be in the black, right? So he felt like the winner was going to be +1, +2. Well, I hate to tell him when I see him tomorrow. You're a little off, my friend.
Yeah.
I mean, Shoffley shot 15 under, so he was way under. Apparently, the course, from what these guys do a lot of studying, right? My middle school kids, they watch these pro golfers like a basketball player would, LeBron James back in the day, but not anymore, obviously. Yeah, he's just said, man, the course setup is going to be just ridiculous. Well, I mean, there were occasions where I did see some human shots where they got into some thick stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the things. If you weren't hitting the fairways, you were in trouble. But
yeah,
I didn't see.
Man, they can recover so fast.
Yeah. I mean, here's a perfect example. Par 5 on the front 9. Justin Thomas hits his drive off to the right. Then it was like me playing the par 5. His drive goes far left into the stuff. He takes a second shot, hits it across the fairway into a fairway bunker. But then his third shot is out of the bunker, and it's like a wedge shot, and it's perfect. It's within about 8 feet, and he putts for birdie, and he makes birdie on that hole after hitting a terrible drive and a terrible second shot. Not very many people can recover from that. That's another thing. These guys do that all the time. Like, they hit a ball, and Dustin Johnson did this on par 5. He was 230 yards out, hits the front of the green, and it rolls to the back of the green. And he's still on, but he's like 40 feet away, and he's upset about. I mean, he hits a 3-wood, like, or it was not even a 3-wood. It was like that would be me hitting a 3-wood if I could get all of it, hitting at 230. He's hitting like, I don't know. He's hitting like a 6.
Listen,
like the 15th hole, Peninsula Green. Okay.
Yeah.
These guys are hitting 5-iron from 223 yards. I'm like, what? I mean, it's so effortless. And you watch them, you're like, dude, how many would I just like shoot right into the water from that, because you got to carry 200 yards water on that hole. I mean, just looking at that hole, I would just take the ball out of my pocket and just throw it in the water, because that's basically what would end up happening.
If I see one more golfer cry about being off the green pin high for an eagle, I'm going to lose it.
I know, man. It's crazy. They're just that good. Well, all right. So enough about the golf. He played really well. He was dominant. He gets paid.
All right, let's give a shout out to the minor sports this week. Throwing out some sports news. Good job, guys.
Yeah. Good job. All right. So yesterday was my fantasy draft, and I know you don't play fantasy football, do you?
I retired as a champion after years and years. Finally hit the championship, and Shiva Kamini Samakramakram. A little shout out to the league, right?
That's right.
Rafi. I'm like the who's the guy? Not Kevin.
Pete.
No, I'm not Pete. I'm the guy that overthinks everything. The lawyer guy.
Oh, Ruxin. You're Ruxin, dude. Yeah, you're overthinking everything. Yeah, so, you can't do that. They can't overthink. But I have my draft right now. I'm gonna listen. I mean, you know enough about football that I'm gonna read you my roster. Okay. All right. These are my guys. Okay, that I picked, and then I'm gonna
All
tell
right.
you. You kind of already know what the draft grade was that I
Oh,
got,
now what
listen,
surface do you play with?
Yahoo.
Yahoo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna give you my guys. Okay. First, I'll give you my starting lineup for this week.
Okay.
Jimmy Garoppolo,
Good pick.
Michael Thomas,
No
Mike,
comment.
huh? Michael
Okay.
Thomas,
Go.
New
I
Orleans.
hear you. I hear you. I know who he is.
Okay. Mike Evans, Tampa Bay.
Pretty good.
Aaron Jones, Green Bay.
That's okay. Yeah. Sure.
David Johnson, Houston.
Yeah.
Evan Ingram, my tight end. And right now, I have my flex is DK Metcalf playing against the Falcons. My backup quarterback, Matt Stafford,
Solid.
Jarvis Landry, Christian Kirk, Arizona, TJ Hawkinson, backup tight end, or my backup tight end, Detroit, Hunter Renfro, wide receiver, Las Vegas, and Brian Scott, or whoever B. Scott is for Philadelphia, running back. Okay. Kicker,
Little thin. Little thin.
little thin at running back, I know. All right, so Rodrigo Blankenship just got the kicking job at Indy. And then my defense is Indianapolis. Give me the Paul Brees grade on that lineup.
I would say I was a little disappointed. You don't have a lot of flash. You don't have a lot of, you just got your average guys. 50-yard rusher, maybe a touchdown, and you don't have any big play threats, in my opinion. But that's okay. That's okay.
Listen, so I need a grade from you. I need a Paul Brees grade on that roster.
Dude,
I know what. Listen, I know what Yahoo told me I was.
I think Yahoo may be spot
on. Listen.
I'll be honest with you. If Garoppolo and Stafford weren't your quarterbacks, I may have to fail you, my friend. Now tell me how many teams are in your league?
12. This ain't
That's
like
deep.
I know. This
deep.
Is not like a candy 8-team league. I mean, this is 12 teams. So, and here I had
what number draft were you?
Number 6. I was the 6th pick.
And who did you pick first?
Dude, I went with Michael Thomas. All the top tier running backs were gone. I mean, I could have gotten I forget who it was.
There were no Chiefs available. I'm just saying.
Listen, I'm not overthinking this. I am being smart about this. Okay. Listen, I know David Johnson's going to get tons of touches. Aaron Jones is going to get tons of touches. He was my guy last year. He gets tons of touches out of that offense.
Who does David Johnson play for?
He's with the Texans now.
That's correct. And who's his quarterback?
Deshaun Watson.
Exactly. They are going to be so far behind in games because they stink. Kansas City is going to roll them Thursday night. David Johnson, I'm so glad this is going to be on YouTube. If David Johnson gets more than 15 touches in this game, then something happened. There's no way he's carrying the ball 15 times.
You said 15 touches. He's a receiver too, man, out of the backfield.
Okay, fine. I'll give it to you.
That's my running backs. They got to be able to do both. I don't draft guys that can't do both. Like I feel like I got a steal in Jarvis Landry. He's healthy.
Guy's trash. I've had him. Forget it.
The real steal. Listen. The real steal is Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk and Evan Ingram are going to be 1,000-yard guys. You watch. And Hot Rod Blankenship, he's going to come through big. But here's the thing. Look, it says that I will not be favored against any of my opponents as far as projected points. But I'll tell you something. That's because they're not giving, because Rodrigo's an unsigned free agent. He gets like, normally there's like a projected points like he could get.
Right.
He's 0 because he just got signed. Like he got signed like Saturday, like before our draft, and nobody even knew it except for this guy right here because I did my research. All right.
Now, how many times did your crew, when you made a pick, go, yeah, good pick, Freeman?
We had to do it virtually.
Oh.
Yeah, it sucked.
That stinks.
Yeah. What we used to do is the last 2 years, we've done it at one of the people that was in our league. They're members at this gun club, and there's this conference room upstairs and a restaurant and everything, and we do the draft there. And
Nice.
And yeah, it's really nice. But she wasn't playing this year, so we ended up.
What was the entry fee to this league?
$20.
Not a lot on the table for you.
Nah, it's just.
But that's
fun.
okay.
It's just fun and trash talking all week. That's all it is.
There you go.
Yeah. So.
Well, I wish you the best of luck, man. You're gonna need it.
Listen, listen. It's about being a manager, dude. And speaking of managers, our last topic is going to be your boy. Sign the contract. They got Clowney, heavily incentivized contract for $15 million. Potentially could be $15 million. So,
well, listen, you know that Jadeveon Clowney had to change agents. Apparently, his other agent wasn't doing the job for him. Second thing, when he showed up, what number did we give him? 99.
Did you?
There
really?
we go, Jadeveon Clowney. And third, you check the depth chart that they released today. Jadeveon Clowney, obviously starting. His backup?
Vic Beasley.
44. Vic Beasley Jr.
Listen, here's the problem. He is going to have to work to play, and he won't do it. I'm just telling you.
If he likes that green, he's going to have to.
Yeah, well, no, I'm talking about Beasley.
No, I know. I mean, it's a 1-year deal, right?
Yeah, bye-bye. You're going to be waving bye-bye to that joker, and you get somebody. You can get somebody in the draft in the 3rd round and be as good as him.
Well, speaking of, my last take on the Titans, real quick. Our number 1 pick, the lineman out of Georgia.
Yeah, what's up with that?
You know, help me with his name. Last name
Isaiah Wilson.
Isaiah Wilson. Okay. Second time he's been put on the COVID list.
So he'll be out at least.
He's not even on the depth chart for next week's game.
Oh, so he's at least 2 weeks out before he'll even be considered.
He keeps hanging out with people. He's hanging out with people that apparently are positive. He needs to cut that out.
Yeah.
Taylor Lewan needs to put him in the basement.
Yeah, true.
Of his house and say, "Don't leave, buddy. If you do, I'm gonna
pile drive you." And FYI, I know you're watching this now. BYU is up 31-0 on Navy right now at the half. I mean, they're just putting it to them. Wow, on their own home field.
Yeah. Congratulations to Army. They were victorious this weekend, 42-0 over Middle Tennessee State University.
No, it was 52, I think.
Oh, I don't know. I think it was 42. But, whatever you want to say, here's what I do know. MTSU's offense was slightly worse than the Hoya Harrison offense this week. So there you go.
I didn't know if that was humanly possible, but I guess it is possible.
Absolutely.
Wow.
It is.
Wow. All right, brother. Well, I just want to let everybody know, we want to let everybody know that we're going to have a very special Facebook Live next Sunday, NFL Pick'em Show. What time we doing that, Paul?
You gotta get your bets in, man. I don't know, maybe
early,
not.
So probably
10 Eastern, 9 Central.
We could do that, or we could do it maybe closer to game time.
11
Central, like
11
12,
Eastern, 10 Central.
11. Yeah, we'll go 11:30 Central, 12:30 Eastern for those 1 o'clock snaps.
Well, we got to get them in quick, man.
All right. We'll go noon Eastern, 11.
There
Central.
we go.
All right, so that's what we'll do. We'll go Facebook Live then. You guys join us. I know everybody will have their eyes glued to the TV because of all the fantasy footballers out there, and also everybody we'll talk about some of the key matchups and some of the results from Thursday. Texans, Chiefs, I believe that starts at 9 o'clock. Is that right? And that's going to be a blowout.
Yeah. Speaking of blowouts, we're going to keep up with your team from here on out, your fantasy football team. Do you have a name?
Yes. Yes, we are the Abominable Throwmen. Every fantasy football team I've ever had has been a Jared Lorenzen nickname. We were the Pillsbury Throw Boys my first year, and then we're the Hefty Lefties my last year.
All right.
Now
Never forget.
That's right. Now we're the Abominable Throwmen.
All right. Well, we're going to keep up with them this year.
I'm
predicting a 4-12 season for the Abominable Throwmen.
I may not get to play that many games. If I don't make the playoffs, I only get 14 games.
Oh, that's right. All right.
So
what?
4 and 10. Oh, come on. Listen, I'm smarter than a lot of these guys in my league. Trust me.
Okay.
Listen,
all right.
I was 8-6 last year, and I barely missed the playoffs. And I didn't have anybody. My roster was decimated with injuries. And I still managed to compete. All right. All right, man. Well, on this Labor Day, we're gonna say adios and want everybody to make sure that you tune in and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Drive Through Sports with Adam and Paul, as well as follow us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeart, and Spotify. Just search Drive Through Sports with Adam and Paul. And you've been listening to Drive Through Sports with Adam and Paul.